Welcome to English Life Story. Today we learn 10 powerful ways to improve English alone. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a class. You only need courage, practice, and daily effort. Step by step you grow. Step by step you improve. Step by step you build confidence. Step 1. Read aloud. Reading aloud is powerful. Reading aloud makes your voice strong. Reading aloud builds confidence. When you read aloud, you practice speaking and listening at the same time. This is the first way to improve your English alone. Why reading aloud helps? When you read aloud, you see the words, you hear the words, you speak the words. You practice 3 skills at once: reading, listening, and speaking. Reading silently is good, but reading aloud is better. It makes English active. It makes English real. How to read aloud. Choose a short text. Choose a simple story. Choose a dialogue. Choose a paragraph. Read slowly. Read clearly. Read with courage. Repeat the text 2 times. Repeat the text 3 times. Repeat until you feel strong. Every day, read for 10 minutes. Every day, choose a new text. Every day, repeat aloud. Morning, read a short dialogue. Afternoon, read a short story. Evening, read a short paragraph. This routine builds daily practice. This routine builds daily confidence. Listening and reading together. Find audio with text. Listen first. Read after. Read with the audio. Copy the sound. Copy the rhythm. Copy the pronunciation. This is shadow reading. It makes your English natural. For example, you read this simple text. I wake up. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I study English. I feel happy. You read aloud. You repeat aloud. You listen to yourself. You improve step by step. At first you feel shy. At first you make mistakes. At first you feel slow. But you continue. Day by day you read better. Day by day you speak clearer. Day by day you feel stronger. Reading aloud builds courage. Reading aloud builds fluency. Reading aloud builds confidence. You write, "Today I read aloud. I chose a short text. I read slowly. I read clearly. I repeated 3 times. I felt confident. I improved step by step." You smile. You feel progress. You say, "Reading aloud makes my English strong." Today you practiced reading aloud. You discovered that reading aloud builds confidence, fluency, and courage. Remember, reading aloud is simple but powerful. Step 2. Write a journal. Writing is powerful. Writing makes your ideas clear. Writing builds confidence. When you write, you practice English alone. This is the second way to improve your English alone. Why writing helps. When you write, you use words. You use sentences. You use grammar. You practice thinking in English. Writing shows your progress. Writing shows your mistakes. Writing shows your improvement. How to write a journal. Take a notebook, take a pen, or use your phone. Write every day. Write about your life. Write about your feelings. Write about your dreams. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Keep it clear. Daily routine. In the morning, write 3 sentences. In the afternoon, write 2 sentences. In the evening, write 5 sentences. Example: I wake up at 7. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I study English. I feel happy. This routine builds daily practice. This routine builds daily confidence. After writing, read aloud. Read slowly. Read clearly. Read with courage. This connects writing and speaking. This makes English stronger. Example: write, today I wrote my journal. I wrote about my life. I wrote about my feelings. I wrote about my dreams. I read aloud. I felt confident. I improved step by step. At first, you feel shy. At first, you write slowly. At first, you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day, you write better. Day by day, you write faster. Day by day, you feel stronger. Writing builds courage. Writing builds clarity. Writing builds confidence. You write, today I wrote my journal. I wrote about my life. I wrote about my feelings. I wrote about my dreams. I read aloud. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, writing a journal makes my English strong. Today, you practiced writing a daily journal. You discovered that writing builds clarity, courage, and confidence. Remember, writing is simple but powerful. Step 3. Listen to audio. Listening is powerful. Listening makes your ears sharp. Listening builds understanding. When you listen, you hear real English. You hear pronunciation. You hear rhythm. You hear intonation. Listening shows how people speak. Listening shows how words connect. Listening shows natural English. To listen to audio clips, choose short audio. Choose simple audio. Choose dialogues. Choose stories. Choose songs. Listen 1 time. Listen 2 times. Listen 3 times. Repeat daily. Repeat weekly. Repeat until you understand. In the morning, listen to a short dialogue. Afternoon, listen to a short story. Evening, listen to a short song. Write what you hear. Repeat what you hear. Practice step by step. This routine builds daily listening. This routine builds daily confidence. Listening and speaking together. Listen first. Repeat after. Repeat aloud. Repeat with courage. Copy the sound. Copy the rhythm. Copy the pronunciation. This is shadow listening. It makes your English natural. Example practice. Audio. Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. I study English every day. You listen. You repeat. You write. You improve step by step. At first you feel shy. At first you don't understand. At first you feel slow. But you continue.
Day by day you hear better. Day by day you understand more. Day by day you feel stronger. Listening builds courage. Listening builds comprehension. Listening builds confidence. Say, today I listened to short audio. I listened 3 times. I repeated aloud. I wrote sentences. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, listening makes my English strong. You practiced listening to short audio clips. You discovered that listening builds comprehension, courage, and confidence. Remember, listening is simple but powerful.
Step 4. Speak to yourself. Speaking is powerful. Speaking makes your mouth strong. Speaking builds courage. When you speak to yourself, you practice alone. This is the 4th way to improve your English alone. Why speaking to yourself helps. When you speak to yourself, you use English daily. You use words. You use sentences. You use questions. You use answers. Speaking alone is safe. Speaking alone is simple. Speaking alone is practice. How to speak to yourself. Talk about your day. Talk about your room. Talk about your food. Talk about your dreams. Ask yourself questions. Answer yourself in English. Example, what time is it? It is 8 o'clock. What am I doing? I am studying English. Do this every morning. Speak 5 sentences. Afternoon, speak 5 sentences. Evening, speak 10 sentences. Example, I wake up. I wash my face. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I study English. This routine builds daily speaking. This routine builds daily courage. Listening to yourself. Speak aloud. Listen to your voice. Repeat your sentences. Correct your mistakes. This makes English stronger. This makes English natural. Example, speak, I am happy. I am learning English. I practice every day. I feel strong. Repeat aloud. Listen carefully. Improve step by step. Confidence from speaking alone. At first, you feel shy. At first, you feel strange. At first, you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day, you speak better. Day by day, you speak faster. Day by day, you feel stronger. Speaking alone builds courage. Speaking alone builds fluency. Speaking alone builds confidence. You write, today I spoke to myself. I asked questions. I answered in English. I talked about my day. I listened to my voice. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, speaking to myself makes my English strong. You discovered that speaking alone builds courage, fluency, and confidence. Step 5. Use flashcards. Vocabulary is powerful. Vocabulary makes your English rich. Vocabulary builds expression. When you use flashcards, you remember words better. This is the 5th way to improve your English alone. Why flashcards help? Flashcards are simple. Flashcards are clear. Flashcards are easy.
One side shows the word, the other side shows the meaning. Sometimes you add a picture. Sometimes you add a sentence. Flashcards make memory strong. Flashcards make practice fun. Flashcards make learning fast. How to use flashcards. Choose 5 new words. Write each word on a card. Write the meaning on the back. Add a picture if possible. Add a short sentence. Example: front, apple. Back, a fruit. I eat an apple every day. Look at the word. Say the word aloud. Turn the card. Read the meaning. Repeat the sentence. Daily routine. Morning, review 5 cards. Afternoon, review 5 cards. Evening, review 10 cards. Every day, add new words. Every day, repeat old words. Every day, test yourself. This routine builds vocabulary. This routine builds memory. This routine builds confidence. Don't only read. Speak the word aloud. Speak the sentence aloud. Speak with courage. Flashcards connect reading and speaking. Flashcards make English active. Example practice. Card, book. Sentence: I read a book every night. Card, water. Sentence: I drink water every morning. Card, school. Sentence: I go to school every day. You read, you speak, you remember. You improve step by step. Confidence from flashcards. At first you forget words. At first you feel slow. At first you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day you remember more. Day by day you speak faster. Day by day you feel stronger. Flashcards build courage. Flashcards build memory. Flashcards build confidence. Say, today I used flashcards for vocabulary. I wrote 5 new words. I added sentences. I spoke aloud. I remembered better. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, flashcards make my English strong. Today you practiced using flashcards for vocabulary. Step 6. Watch videos. Videos are powerful. Videos make English fun. Videos build listening and reading. When you watch with subtitles, you learn faster. This is the 6th way to improve your English alone. Why videos help. Videos show real English. Videos show real people. Videos show real situations. You hear the sound. You see the text. You connect sound and text. Videos make English clear. Videos make English natural. Videos make English strong. How to watch videos. Choose short videos. Choose simple videos. Choose cartoons. Choose dialogues. Choose stories. Turn on subtitles. Read the subtitles. Listen to the sound. Repeat the sentences. Pause the video. Repeat the words. Copy the pronunciation. Daily actions. Morning, watch a short cartoon. Afternoon, watch a short dialogue. Evening, watch a short story. Write 3 sentences from the video. Speak 3 sentences from the video. Repeat daily. This routine builds listening. This routine builds reading. This routine builds confidence. Listen first. Read after. Listen and read together. Copy the sound. Copy the rhythm. Copy the pronunciation. This makes English natural. This makes English strong. For example, practice. Video line. Hello, my name is Tom. I study English every day. You listen. You read. You repeat. You write. You improve step by step. Confidence from videos. At first, you feel shy. At first, you don't understand. At first, you feel slow. But you continue. Day by day, you hear better. Day by day, you read faster. Day by day, you feel stronger. Videos build courage. Videos build fluency. Videos build confidence. Today I watched a video. I listened to the sound. I read the subtitles. I repeated the sentences. I wrote 3 sentences. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, videos make my English strong. Today, you practiced watching English videos with subtitles. You discovered that videos build listening, reading, and confidence. Remember, videos are simple but powerful.
Step 7. Practice shadowing. Shadowing is powerful. Shadowing makes your speech natural. Shadowing builds rhythm. When you shadow, you copy the sound and the words. This is the 7th way to improve your English alone. Why shadowing helps. Shadowing is listening and speaking together. You listen to audio. You speak at the same time. You copy the sound. You copy the rhythm. You copy the pronunciation. Shadowing makes English natural. Shadowing makes English fluent. Shadowing makes English strong. How to practice shadowing. Choose short audio. Choose simple audio. Choose dialogues. Choose stories. Choose lessons. Play the audio. Listen carefully. Speak at the same time. Copy the speaker. Copy the tone. Copy the speed. Repeat daily. Repeat weekly. Repeat until you feel strong. Daily routine. Morning, shadow a short dialogue. Afternoon, shadow a short story. Evening, shadow a short lesson. Repeat 3 times. Repeat with courage. Repeat with focus. This routine builds fluency. This routine builds rhythm. This routine builds confidence. Listening and shadowing together. Listen first. Shadow after. Shadow with courage. Don't stop for mistakes. Don't stop for speed. Continue with the audio. This makes English natural. This makes English fluent. This makes English strong. Example practice. Audio. Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. I study English every day. You listen. You shadow. You copy the sound. You copy the rhythm. You improve step by step. At first, you feel shy. At first, you feel slow. At first, you make mistakes.
But you continue. Day by day you shadow better. Day by day you shadow faster. Day by day you feel stronger. Shadowing builds courage. Shadowing builds fluency. Shadowing builds confidence. You write. Today I practiced shadowing. I listened to audio. I spoke at the same time. I copied the sound. I copied the rhythm. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, shadowing makes my English strong. You practiced shadowing. You discovered that shadowing builds fluency, rhythm, and confidence. Remember, shadowing is simple but powerful also. Step 8. Learn 5 words daily. Vocabulary is the key. Vocabulary makes English strong. Vocabulary builds expression. When you learn 5 new words daily, you grow step by step. This is the 8th way to improve your English alone. Why 5 words daily helps? 5 words are simple. 5 words are clear. 5 words are possible. Not too many, not too few, just enough for progress. 5 words daily make big change. 5 words daily build memory. 5 words daily build fluency. How to learn 5 words. Choose 5 words from your life. Choose words about food. Choose words about school. Choose words about family. Choose words about dreams. Write each word. Write a short sentence. Speak the word aloud. Speak the sentence aloud. Repeat daily. Repeat weekly. Repeat until you remember. Daily routine. Morning, learn 2 words. Afternoon, learn 1 word. Evening, learn 2 words. Example. Word, apple. Sentence, I eat an apple every day. Word, book. Sentence, I read a book at night. Word, water. Sentence, I drink water every morning. Word, school. Sentence, I go to school every day. Word, friend. Sentence, my friend helps me study English. This routine builds vocabulary. This routine builds memory. This routine builds confidence. Speaking your words. Don't only write. Speak the words aloud. Speak the sentences aloud. Speak with courage. This connects vocabulary and speaking. This makes English active. Example practice. Word, teacher. Sentence, my teacher teaches English. Word, family. Sentence, my family is kind. Word, music. Sentence, I listen to music every day. Word, sun. Sentence, the sun is bright. Word, happy. Sentence, I feel happy today. You read, you speak, you remember, you improve step by step. Confidence from vocabulary. At first, you forget words. At first, you feel slow. At first, you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day, you remember more. Day by day, you speak faster. Day by day, you feel stronger. Vocabulary builds courage. Vocabulary builds memory. Vocabulary builds confidence. Reflection. You write, today I learned 5 new words. I wrote sentences. I spoke aloud. I remembered better. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, 5 words daily make my English strong. Today, you practiced learning 5 new words daily. You discovered that vocabulary builds memory, courage, and confidence. Remember, 5 words daily are simple. Step 9. Record yourself. Recording is powerful. Recording makes you hear yourself. Recording builds awareness. When you record, you see your progress. This is the 9th way to improve your English alone. Why recording helps. Recording shows your voice. Recording shows your pronunciation. Recording shows your mistakes. Recording improves your improvement. You listen to yourself. You hear your English. You understand your progress. How to record yourself. Use your phone. Use a recorder. Use a computer. Speak for 1 minute. Speak for 2 minutes. Speak for 5 minutes. Talk about your day. Talk about your family. Talk about your dreams. Save the recording. Listen again. Repeat tomorrow. Daily routine. Morning, record 1 minute. Afternoon, record 2 minutes. Evening, record 5 minutes. Example. I wake up at 7. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I study English. I feel happy. This routine builds speaking. This routine builds listening. This routine builds confidence. Listening to yourself. Play the recording. Listen carefully. Hear your mistakes. Hear your progress. Repeat the sentences. Correct the mistakes. Improve step by step. Example practice. Record. Today I studied English. I read a short story. I wrote 5 sentences. I felt confident. Listen. Repeat. Improve. Confidence from recording. At first you feel shy. At first you feel strange. At first you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day you record better. Day by day you speak clearer. Day by day you feel stronger. Recording builds courage. Recording builds fluency. Recording builds confidence. You write, today I recorded myself. I spoke for 2 minutes. I listened to my voice. I heard my mistakes. I corrected them. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, recording makes my English strong. Today, you practiced recording yourself speaking. You discovered that recording builds awareness, courage, and confidence. Remember, recording is simple. Step 10. Teach others. Teaching is powerful. Teaching makes knowledge strong. Teaching builds mastery. When you teach others, you also teach yourself. This is the 10th way to improve your English alone. Why teaching helps. Teaching shows your knowledge. Teaching shows your memory. Teaching shows your courage. When you explain, you understand better. When you share, you remember more. When you teach, you grow faster. How to teach yourself by teaching others. Pretend you are a teacher. Stand in front of a mirror. Speak aloud. Explain a word. Explain a sentence. Explain a short story. Teach a friend. Teach a family member. Teach a classmate. Or record a short video. Or write a short lesson. Or share online. Daily routine. Morning, explain one word. Afternoon, explain one sentence. Evening, explain a short story. Example. Word, apple. Apple is a fruit. I eat an apple every day. Sentence, I go to school. This sentence shows daily action. Story, I wake up. I eat breakfast. I go to school. This story shows morning routine. This routine builds teaching. This routine builds memory. This routine builds confidence. Teaching and speaking together. Speak aloud. Explain clearly. Repeat slowly. Repeat with courage. Teaching connects speaking and thinking. Teaching makes English strong. Example practice. Teach book. Book is something we read. I read a book every night. Teach water. Water is something we drink. I drink water every morning. Teach friend. Friend is someone we like. My friend helps me study English. You explain. You speak. You remember. You improve step by step. Confidence from teaching. At first, you feel shy. At first, you feel nervous. At first, you make mistakes. But you continue. Day by day, you explain better. Day by day, you teach clearer. Day by day, you feel stronger. Teaching builds courage. Teaching builds mastery. Teaching builds confidence. You write. Today I taught myself by teaching others. I explained a word. I explained a sentence. I explained a short story. I spoke aloud. I felt confident. I improved step by step. You smile. You feel progress. You say, teaching makes my English strong. Excellent work. You have completed the 10 most powerful ways to improve your English alone in English Life Story. Today, you practiced teaching yourself by teaching others. You discovered that teaching builds mastery, courage, and confidence. Now, here is your challenge. If you follow these 10 ways every day, and if you save this video, you will speak English in a short time. Practice daily, repeat daily, believe in yourself. Your English life story will grow step by step, and soon you will speak with courage and confidence.